Hey, have you ever in your adult life woken up, gone to the mirror, looked yourself right in the soul, and thought, damn, this is it? And this is all I've done for myself, this is all I've done for my friends, for my family, for the world. You know, you would have thought by now maybe you would have solved world hunger or cancer or something like that, right? But you haven't. You feel, you know you want to do more for the world, but you just haven't yet. Well, I'm Jackie, the vegan marketer from Influential Vegan, and today I'm gonna share with you exactly how to be on your path to go ahead and do that, okay? So really quickly, to illustrate this point, I wanna share a story with you. So there's this guy, right? His name is Bob. And Bob dedicated his entire life to solving cancer, to solving world hunger, to solving global warming. He wanted to tackle all three of them because he thought it was that important. So as a little kid, right, he was valedictorian for his middle school, right? He got a Nobel Peace Prize when he was 20. He went to the top schools in all of the world, right? And basically, he figures out after a decade of hard work how to solve these problems, how to solve cancer, how to solve world hunger, how to solve poverty, how to solve all of it, right? But you know what would have been a freaking shame? If right before he shares it with the world, he dies. He gets hit tragically by a drunk driver and, he dies. And he takes all of his secrets, he takes all of his solutions with him, okay? And that is a shame. But what's equally of a shame is if he found those solutions, but then he decided to not share them with the world because he was scared of what people would think of him, because he was scared of all the attention, because he was scared of thinking, what if what I have isn't good enough? But the problem with that though is if he were to stop himself, whether through death or by himself, by choosing not to give everything he has to putting out his solutions out into the world, he is doing a disservice to millions and millions of people. And of course, Bob is fake, he's not real, right? But I'm using Bob as an example to illustrate this point that you have a message, you have something powerful that you can share with the world, that you can share with an audience, that you can share with people, even if it's just your friends or your family or the person down the hall or down the street or whatever else. But it really would be a shame if you do not share that with them, especially if you really truly believe that it's a solution, if it's something that can help them. It's actually doing them a disservice. If you really truly know that what you have is so good that if they got it, their lives would improve 100% without a doubt, then you are doing a disservice if you do not do your absolute best to try to get your product, your service, your message in front of them. So that is the very first thing, to understand that you are going to be doing a disservice if you do not do everything possible to put your message, to put what of value that you have to offer in front of the person who's going to benefit from this. And just like Bob, you don't want to die with these secrets, with these solutions, right? And you also don't want to just hold them to yourselves because that's selfish in a lot of ways, and you're doing a disservice to a lot of people. So that's the very first thing I want to illustrate, right? Is that you have to change this mindset, right? Of I have to do everything that I can to make sure that my message gets across to the other person. And of course, people always have some type of objection. They have some type of resistance towards this because they feel that, oh man, I don't want to come off too strong. I don't want to, right? And of course you don't want to come off too strong. Of course you don't want to come off preachy. Of course you don't want to come off too salesy, whatever else, right? But the thing is, you do have to have this idea of trying your very best to get your message across. And we can do this not necessarily just in the short term, right? We don't have to go balls to the wall, right? Buy my stuff, get my message, hear what I'm saying. Because the cool thing about what we're doing is that your message, your product, your service is something that we can be able to share in the long term, over a span of weeks, over a span of months, over a span of years. And understanding that we have this time, we can use something that is so extremely powerful. And that is this idea of building a connection. That is one of the most strongest things that we can do, is to build a connection. And then once we build that connection, we can leverage it so that you can be more influential to that person's life, to those person's decisions. Whether you're buying something, whether you are promoting something, whether you are suggesting for them to do something to improve their lives. Because in social psychology, actually, this person is called a significant other. So you probably in your own life probably have not taken much consideration of what a stranger thinks of you or what a stranger may suggest to you. But if it's your really close friend or a person you really respect, or your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your aunts, someone that you care about, someone who is relevant to your life, you'll take what they have to say a little more seriously, with a little more weight. So that is basically the position that you're trying to position yourself in your audience's lives, right? By creating some type of relevance, like not just relevance as far as they follow you on your feed, right? Or they follow you on Instagram or YouTube or whatever else, but that you actually, when they do something, they have you in mind. That is, true powerful. That is true influence. That is truly how you're able to influence someone from that deep level of becoming a significant other. And another thing that's very cool about this is that because we understand that this is a long-term game, this isn't, buy my stuff right now, get my message right now, convert right now, but instead it's a matter over weeks, over months, over years, that we're able to understand that, okay, if I am trying to put my message in front of this person as much as I can, as strongly as I can, I need to figure out how to do this a little more gracefully, with a little more tact. And that is exactly what I'm going to be teaching in the course or PDF below, in the link below, because I know that I definitely cannot share all of that in this video, especially if I want to keep it under 10 minutes, but there is a strategy of being able to build a connection, of trying to promote your message in a way that is tactful, that is strategic, that is proven. Okay, so if you are tired of feeling like you haven't done enough, you don't have to feel like that, because if you are putting every ounce of effort into sharing your message, then you're doing well. You're doing great. Well, you're doing great and well. Okay? But if you want to learn how to do that with a little more strategicness, with a little more influence principles, and with a way that you can also use to create some type of asset for yourself, right? Then check out the stuff below, and it should be really cool. Okay, so anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me so far. I hope you really understand that message. I hope that really resonated with you, especially that point of, clicking my link below. No, I'm kidding. But especially of the points of, if you actually have a message worth sharing and you don't do everything in your power to share it, you are doing a disservice to the world. You are doing a disservice to the people who would have otherwise benefited from your knowledge, from your wealth of expertise, right? So seriously, that is the point I am trying to get across with this video. And if you did get that point, then that's awesome. I did my job, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, so thanks again for watching, and I appreciate you.